TERRATECK Paper Pot is a system designed to make transplanting faster, especially for small farms or growers working on tight schedules. This system gets straight to the point with its key components. Biodegradable paper chain pots, each 31 deep, available with different spacing options, 5, 10, or 15 cm depending on the crop. They come in rolls of 14 or 27 m stored flat, but unfolding into long chains of connected cells. Once in the ground, the paper breaks down naturally, so there's nothing left to remove after. Planting. The heart of the setup is the paper pot transplanter, a steel tool developed in France. It's simple but effective. One person walks backward with it and the tool does the rest. Opens a groove in the soil, feeds the paper chain with seedlings into place, and closes the soil over them. The blades and wheels can be adjusted depending on the soil type, and the entire process runs smoothly if the seedlings are strong and upright. The paper pots themselves meet organic certification standards in the US. For seeding, there's the paper pot seeder, measuring 73 x 41 x 7 cm. It's made for 264 cell chains. Extra tools like dibble boards, tray brushes, ridges, and vacuum seeders help streamline prep even more. When everything lines up, healthy seedlings, decent soil, and the right crop, the system can plant a full tray in just minutes. That's a huge time saver, but it's not perfect. It doesn't handle rocky or heavy soil well, isn't ideal for every type of plant, and the upfront cost is high. The kit costs about $1,245, and you'll have to pay about $4 for a single chain. The SUNCAST measures 63.5 in wide, 33.5 in deep, and 42.7 in high. It supports up to 500 lb and weighs around 65 lb. The frame is made from steel, and the panels use multi-wool resin with a faux wood grain texture. The glider is finished in dove gray with ice cube accents and is made in the USA. This glider offers a contoured seat and backrest shaped for comfort, especially during long hours outside. A fold-down console sits in the middle, giving quick access to 2 cup holders and a cell phone holder. Thanks to a steel glider mechanism, the movement stays steady and smooth, avoiding any jerky motion. The materials resist water and sunlight, holding up well across different seasons without much change in appearance or strength. The resin panels are simple to clean with just mild soap and water, and they do not need the upkeep that comes with real wood, like staining or sealing. The surface keeps its look over time with only basic care. Putting the glider together is manageable with an included manual and a few basic tools. Some steps might be easier with a second person due to the size of the parts. The SUNCAST ADITONDACK glider with console brings together a classic design and modern materials, offering an outdoor seat that fits easily into patios, decks, or garden spaces. It keeps the charm of wood without the hassle. It costed around $400. Got a small garden? Check out the ROBI 3-in-1 trimmer. It is a practical option for small, too. Medium-sized lawns, combining 3 essential yard tools into one. It features a 30 cm cutting width, a 1.65-65 line diameter, and an auto-feed spool that keeps the line moving without any manual work. In mower mode, it uses a sturdy plastic deck to cover larger patches of grass, and the edging wheel helps create clean, straight lines along sidewalks and flower beds. With a 5-amp battery, it typically runs between 30 and 45 minutes depending on grass conditions. The mower setting comes with 3 height adjustments: low, medium, and high, so it's easy to match your lawn's needs across seasons. The adjustable telescopic shaft and pivoting head make it simple to find a comfortable working position, and some models even let you switch between modes with a tap of your foot. No bending down needed. Weighing around 4 to 5 kg with the battery, it's light enough to move around without much effort. The weather-resistant housing and debris protection keep the motor safe under normal garden use, though it's not meant. For heavy-duty fields, the battery-powered motor keeps noise low, and the balanced shaft and padded grips help limit vibration. For anyone who wants to keep their lawn in good shape without managing 3 separate tools, this model keeps things simple. It doesn't take up much space and storage, and often comes with hooks for better battery organization. If you're already using ROBI 1E Plus tools, it makes sense financially, too, since you can share batteries and chargers. The ROBI 3-in-1 trimmer mower edger is priced at about $200. H2O WIZE offers practical solutions for anyone looking to manage water use more efficiently. Their water well irrigation rings come in 2 sizes: a 25-in ring with 3 5 GPH emitters and a 20-in ring with 2 5 GPH emitters. Made from recycled thermoplastic resin, each ring uses 17 drip tubing and is designed in 2 pieces, making it easy to fit around existing trees and shrubs. Besides watering directly at the roots, the rings also help shield trunks from damage. They handle system pressures up to 50 psi, connect with other drip systems, and can cut water use by as much as 50% by limiting runoff and evaporation. For More is another smart option designed to upgrade standard spray heads into pressure-regulated systems. It offers 2 pressure settings, 30 or 40 psi, includes a built-in check valve to stop low head drainage, fits most sprinkler stems, and installs quickly without the need for specialized tools. By regulating water pressure, it improves system efficiency and can lower monthly water bills by 30% to 50%. For those needing a full setup, H2O WIZE has WaterWise bundles to cover different irrigation needs. The WaterWise Starter Bundle is a good fit for small gardens and includes basic components to get a drip system running. The WaterWise Max Bundle is geared toward larger areas and comes with 325-in water well systems, 2 20-in systems, 10 pressure-regulated shrub risers, 250 FT of 1.2 in drip line, 100 FT of 1.4 in drip line, plus all the necessary fittings and parts. With all of these features, spending $229 on water will seems like a smart choice. GARDENA AQUABRUSH is a cordless cleaner made for outdoor surfaces. It runs on an 18V lithium-ion battery and can go for up to 56 minutes when you switch on the save mode. It includes 2 types of brushes: a universal barrel brush that works well on wood, WPC, and stone, and a soft disc brush that's gentler, meant for things like garage doors or fences. You also get a 3-level water flow control, so you can dial in how much water you're using, depending on the job. The weight comes in at about 5.1 kg without the battery. It's also part of the Power for All Alliance, which means the battery is compatible with over 100 tools from other brands in the same system. In the box, you'll find the main Aqua brush unit, both brushes, and a silicone covers for the battery. This cleaner handles a wide range of outdoor jobs like scrubbing down patios, decks, outdoor furniture, and fences. You can swap out the brushes depending on what you're cleaning. And the handle adjusts to different heights, which helps make longer jobs less tiring. Since it's battery-powered, there's no cord getting in your way, giving you more room to move around. The Aqua brush is priced around $200. This tool is a battery-powered tying machine made for professionals in viticulture, arboriculture, and horticulture. It weighs 880 g and about 1.7 kg, 3.7 lb with the lithium-ion battery and holster. Running on 36V with a 2.5 AR battery, it can deliver up to 8,000 tires on a single charge depending on conditions. Full recharge takes around an hour and a half. The machine uses a brushless motor, which means fewer maintenance worries and a longer life. Each tie takes less than 0.4 seconds. There are 3 tension settings to adjust depending on the type and stage of the plant. It uses pre-wound reels of wire, biodegradable, standard, or extra strong at a 0.4 diameter, and handles tie diameters from 3 up to 25. The AT1000 takes the hard, repetitive work out of tying vines, young trees, and other plants. Designed for one-hand use, it speeds up the job compared to tying by hand and keeps the tie tension consistent, which is key for plant health and structure. It can crank out up to 60 ties per minute. Changing wire reels is easy, and the threading system is easy to manage, even in the middle of a busy day. Built to handle dust, moisture, and temperature swings, the AT1000 holds up well in tough agricultural environments. Here we have a robotic lawn mower that uses a high-definition wide-angle camera, AI, vision technology, and advanced navigation algorithms to take care of lawns without the need for perimeter wires. Instead of relying on buried boundaries, it sees the edges of the yard, steers around obstacles, and avoids flower beds on its own. A built-in neural processor reads the environment much like a person would, recognizing grass, paths, objects, and even sudden changes like a pet running by or a toy left out. Setting it up only takes a few steps. Place the charging station, complete a quick app setup, and it's ready to go. Updates come automatically over Wi-Fi, so the mower keeps getting smarter over time. Using the app, users can divide the yard into zones and create different schedules for each one. The mower moves in a random pattern, which helps prevent visible lines and overworked spots on the lawn. Its offset cutting blades reach beyond the wheels, meaning fewer edges are left uncut. A floating deck helps it glide over uneven ground and adjust the blade height depending on how tall the grass is. The WORX LANDROID. Vision skips many of the headaches that older robotic mowers bring. Without the need for wire installation, getting started is quicker and less complicated. Its combination of AI vision and neural processing means it can handle changing environments without getting confused. By covering ground in a natural, random way and adjusting to tricky yard layouts, the mower takes a lot of the work out of lawn care. The price starts at $1,000. A few years ago, the United Nations revealed that more than 900 million tons of food are thrown away around the world each year. That's an enormous amount. The makers of this compost machine are thinking smart. Why throw food out when you can reuse it? The CAVDLE WASTECYCLER is a compact electric kitchen composter with a 3L capacity. It measures 12 in long, 10.6 in wide, and 12.6 in high, making it small enough to sit comfortably on most countertops. Made from metal, it holds up well to everyday use. Each cycle uses about 0.7 kWh of electricity, and it runs quietly, staying under 35 dBs. In roughly 2 hours, it can shrink a pile of food waste by up to 90%, turning it into Reddithouse compost. It comes with 3 different modes. Quick mode is best for daily scraps. Standard mode handles tougher waste like biodegradable plastics, and ferment mode uses less energy, but takes a bit longer. A 360 degrees transparent lid and an LCD display let users watch the process as it happens without needing to open the machine. To keep smells under control, it uses a dual cartridge air filtration system that captures odors before they spread through the kitchen. Using the WASTECYCLER is simple. Its tilt design and basic controls make it easy to load and start. The internal basket pops out and is dishwasher safe, so cleanup doesn't take much effort. As for the filters, they last between 6 months to a year, depending on how often the machine is used. The WASTECYCLER offers a real solution for people who want to cut down on food waste, but don't have the space or setup for outdoor composting. It's quiet enough to run without being a distraction, and efficient enough for daily use. The real-time viewing window and display give users confidence that everything's working properly. Maintenance stays low, and the compact size fits well in any kitchen. It is priced at $270. BEUTA comes in sections measuring 48 in long, 4 in wide, and 6.5 in high, made up of 6 connected blocks. It's built from roto-molded resin, a material that holds up against rust, fatting, and corrosion through all kinds of weather. Installation is simple. A no-dig connection system that only needs a hammer and includes 2 landscape spikes per section for a firm hold. The edging system offers a range of block types: start, stop, turn right, turn left, and extender, so it can be shaped to fit different garden layouts. Color choices include graystone, cobblestone, lime wash, sandstone, and charcoal. This landscape edging gives outdoor spaces the look of natural stone without the usual weight, cost, or hassle. It copies the texture and color of real stone closely, offering a cleaner, easier way to create borders and pathways. The resin construction means it stays strong through heavy rain, strong sun, and changing seasons without losing its shape or color. The sections link together firmly, which keeps everything steady once it's set up. The no-dig setup makes it a good option for anyone who wants to lay out a neat garden border, a tree ring, a playground edge, or a clear path without needing special tools or a complicated process. Once in place, it stays put, giving gardens a tidy, finished look. A standard 1.2 m blocks costs $25. Meet Pop-Up Garden, a fresh approach to gardening that's perfect for balconies or terraces. It weighs just 13.4 lb without soil and plants with a footprint of 17x7 in and a height of 40 in when fully stacked. Packaged, it measures 18 by 18 by 18.5 in. Its neutral color blends easily with different spaces, whether outdoors or indoors. The setup includes a 3-stand component with interlocking sections, a top planter insert, a drip tray to catch excess, water, and a set of 4 side trays for even more planting space. Designed to let plants grow up, down, and around, the pop-up garden makes the most of tight areas like balconies, patios, terraces, and sunrooms. There's no need for tools or complicated instructions. Just unpack, stack, and start planting. It's easy to move around, whether you're chasing the sun or shifting things indoors for the winter. You can also adjust the height depending on what you're growing and how much space you have. Pop-up garden isn't just about saving space. It's about growing smarter. It claims a 245% boost in yield compared to traditional ground-level planting in the same amount of space. Its vertical setup helps water move efficiently through the soil layers, cutting down waste. Open sides allow for better airflow, which can help plants stay healthier and avoid common pests and diseases. It's a good option for apartment dwellers, urban gardeners, or anyone who wants a bigger harvest without needing a backyard. If you want to grow your own herbs, vegetables, fruits, or flowers in a small area, this system gives you a simple way to do it. All this for $100. This garden fork has earned praise from ergonomics experts for helping people dig with better posture. Some tools don't just help you work, they change how the work feels. This one does exactly that. It's a small, solid bit of kit, just fewer than 10 cm long and weighing a little over 2 lb. It clips onto most standard garden forks or spades with shaft diameters up to 3.8 cm. There's a clamp, a pedal, and a simple mechanism that multiplies the force you put in. You don't have to bend and wrestle with the ground. You just step down and press. The tool does the rest, letting you work while standing upright. That means less backetch and far less effort, especially if you're doing a lot of digging. It's not built for heavy-duty jobs like tearing through roots or breaking up packed turf, but for everyday garden work, loosening soil, turning beds, weeding, or prepping. An allotment. It's especially helpful if bending is difficult, whether because of arthritis or just years of hard work catching up. Fitting it is quick. Clamp it to your fork or spade. Hook the pedal into place, tighten a couple of grippers, and you're ready. It comes off just as easily when you're done. The cost is approximately $41. Some tools earn their place by simply doing the job right, and the SB60 is one of them. It's a towed spreader that doesn't ask for much but delivers plenty. At about 16 kg empty and just under 1 meter in length, it's compact enough to handle, but strong enough to pull its weight, and it's built to tow safely at up to 5 km/h. Hookup is simple, just a pin-style hitch that connects easily to most ALKO tractors. Spreading is controlled by a manual lever that adjusts how wide the hopper opens, somewhere between 5 and 30. That means you can fine-tune how much material comes out, whether you're laying down fertilizer, grass seed, lime, sand, or grit. The spreading width typically ranges from 2 to 5 m, though in perfect conditions, it might reach 8. One of the biggest pluses is the hopper size. With 56 lures to work with, you don't need to stop and refill constantly. It's steady over bumpy ground and works well whether you're tackling summer lawn care or spreading grit on frozen paths in winter. Made in Germany, it usually sells for around $290. The next feature is a misting system, a valuable aid for both farmers and gardeners. It was designed in Australia, a country where long droughts are frequent and temperatures can rise as high as 53 degrees C. This type of kit delivers fine water spray that not only irrigates crops, but also cools the surrounding air, giving plants a better chance of thriving. When installed correctly, the system can lower the temperature by around 10 degrees C according to the producer's data. It cools the air by turning water into a super fine mist using 7 high-pressure tubing and 2 kinds of connectors. One type locks the tubing in place permanently, while the other snaps on and off easily, making it simple to adjust the setup. Brass nozzles spray tiny droplets that evaporate quickly in dry heat, which helps bring down the temperature around patios, decks, and garden areas. The larger version includes a timer that lets you control how often the mist runs. Expansion kits are available if more coverage is needed. The system works best when the nozzles are spaced about 60 cm to 1 m apart. This creates an even mist without soaking everything nearby. The tubing is easy to cut and connect. Just push it into place until it clicks or fits snugly, depending on the type of fitting you use. Before you start, it's a good idea to flush the system without the nozzles for a few minutes to clear out anything that might clog them. Routine care, like cleaning the filter and nozzles, keeps it running smoothly. If you're using a timer, you can adjust the spray time depending on how hot or humid it is. To help the tubing last longer, try to keep it out of direct sun. Prices start at $25. 1 motor, 3 saws. That's the simple behind this cutting system. It starts with a central base unit that holds the essentials: a battery-powered motor, trigger, safety lock, anti-slip grip, and an LED work light. The battery lasts up to 10 hours on a single charge and can be swapped out when needed. From there, 3 different saw heads snap on and off depending on the task. The chainsaw attachment has an 8-in blade that fits easily into tight spots, making it useful for trimming small branches or getting into corners. The circular saw can take on wood, metal, concrete, or plastic, whatever blades you put on it. And the reciprocating saw is ready to cut through drywall, fiberglass, and wood. And the best part, switching between them takes just a few seconds. Instead of owning 3 different saws, you're working with 1 base and 3 heads. That's less to store, less to charge, and fewer things to keep track of. And the LED light is a small touch that makes a big difference when you're working late or in dark corners. It's also worth mentioning that this setup avoids the need for fuel or cords. The project first showed up on Kickstarter, where you will get the full kit base unit, all 3 saws, and 2 batteries for $420. Have you ever noticed how ants carry heavy loads with ease? With the ant top, you can do it too. It's light enough to handle easily, but strong enough to drag heavy loads without giving out. It's shaped to fit standard tarps and works with different sizes and types. While exact measurements aren't provided, everything about it is geared toward moving tarps without extra hassle. The Ant makes outdoor cleanup a lot easier. Instead of struggling with handles or grommets that rip or slip, it gives a solid, reliable hold on the tarp. It cuts down on the effort it usually takes to move piles of leaves, grass clippings, or yard debris. The materials hold up well against rough weather and regular use, so it keeps doing the job season after season. The grip is shaped for comfort and good control, helping anyone, regardless of strength, move loaded tarps more easily. It's not just for the yard either. It comes in handy at construction sites, festivals, or anywhere else you need to drag a top full of gear or trash. Using the Ant is simple. Clip it to the edge of the top, grab the handle, and walk. Your body weight does most of the work. When you're done, you just unzip it. Cleaning it takes little effort too. Rinse it off. Dry it well so it doesn't rust, and keep it stored somewhere dry. Checking it now, and then for anywhere on the handle or clips, is a good idea too. Keep it working safely. So the price starting at $60. Meet the super handy mini wood chipper shredder. It runs on a 7-horsepower gas engine, giving it enough muscle to handle tough yard work without slowing down. It can chip branches up to 3 in thick and offers a 15x1 reduction ratio, turning bulky piles of debris into manageable mulch fast. With dimensions around 34.6x, 32.2x, 22.8 in, and a weight of about 76 lb, it's compact enough to move and store without a hassle. It's built with a solid steel chute and frame that can stand up to regular use. Thanks to the 10-in solid rubber all-terrain wheels, it rolls smoothly over different surfaces. A manual recoil start system keeps things simple when it's time to fire it up. This chipper meets EPA and ARB standards for emissions, so it's good to go where compliance matters. Users should wear the right safety gear and stick closely to the manual to stay safe during operation. It's a good fit for clearing branches, brush, leaves, and corn stalks in forestry, landscaping, gardening, and green waste cleanup projects. However, it's not meant for fresh greens, palm branches, pine cones, petrified wood, or vines. Those can jam or damage the machine. The Super Handy Mini is a solid option for anyone who needs a reliable way to handle yard waste without a lot of fuss. It's tough, easy to manage, and doesn't add extra complexity to the job. It cost around $600. The NESTERA is made from 9 thick panels using 70% recycled plastic, giving it a sturdy, eco-friendly design. The COOP's weight depends on the model. The small ground version weighs 30 kg. The large raised model weighs 58.5 kg, and the mobile wagon comes in at around 78.88 kg. There are several options to fit different flocks. The house sits at ground level and holds between 2 and 15 hens depending on size. The lodge is slightly raised with 10.6 in of clearance underneath. The penthouse is lifted even higher, offering 17.7 in of clearance, and the wagon is a mobile coop that can house up to 8 large. Hens, accessories like droppings trays, automatic door openers, wheel sets, and a Wi-Fi coop camera are available to customize setups. Cleaning is one of the COOP's biggest strengths. Thanks to smooth plastic surfaces, waste doesn't stick, so a quick hose down or power wash is all it takes. Removable perches, nesting boxes, and optional dropping trays help make deep cleaning a fast job, usually under 10 minutes. The panels are UV resistant and don't need regular maintenance. Standing up well, against weather without rotting or cracking. Security is clearly a priority with reinforced doors, Churices materials, lockable rear doors, and a rotating metal slide on the front door to keep predators out. Its design also helps limit places where red mites could hide. For the chicken's comfort, the coop holds warmth during cold months and reflects heat in the summer. Adjustable vents keep the air moving year-round, helping maintain a healthy environment. Prices start at $379 if you're cucumbers, pumpkins, or other. Garden plants aren't growing well. The issue could be a lack of water. It may seem basic, but keep in mind that cucumbers are made up of nearly 97% water, and tomatoes contain about 95%. To help with this, a well-known German gardening brand, GARDENA, recommends trying out drip irrigation as an effective solution. It is designed to deliver precise, efficient watering where plants need it most, right at the roots. At its core, the system uses a master unit 1000 to bring water pressure down to about 1.5 bar, making it perfect for micro drip irrigation. It includes 2 types of drip heads, a pressure-compensating model that consistently delivers 2L, and an adjustable version that lets you set the flow anywhere between 1 and 8L, depending on what each plant needs. The supply pipe is 4.6 and 6 wide for easy handling, while the main connecting pipe is 13 to move larger amounts of water. Thanks to quick and easy connection technology, setting up the system is simple and secure without worrying about leaks. There are different starter sets available to match different setups, whether it's watering 15 potted plants on a balcony, 30 plants on a terrace, a 60 square meter vegetable bed, 35 plants in a raised bed, or a 50m row of hedges and bushes. This system helps save up to 70% more water compared to traditional watering by sending moisture straight to the roots where it counts. The GARDENA micro drip system is usually priced around $70. It's heartbreaking to watch a seedling you've carefully nurtured indoors for weeks get ruined by the first heavy rain, says the seller of these protective covers. They are made with strong materials and designed with a rotating top ring so gardeners can easily adjust airflow and humidity to match their plants' needs. Each cloche offers plenty of space inside, giving plants enough room to grow without feeling cramped. They also block harmful UV rays, helping to protect young plants from sun damage. These cloches create a warm, moist, and sheltered space that helps seedlings grow stronger right from the start. The adjustable top comes in handy, especially when spring weather is unpredictable, by fine-tuning ventilation. Gardeners can ease their plants through temperature swings without stress. Because they're made to hold up against rough weather, the cloches can be used season after season without wearing out easily. The roomy design gives plants the space they need to stretch and thrive, while the UV-resistant material offers another layer of protection against harsh sunlight. They're easy to handle and fit naturally into any gardening routine. Weather. Someone is starting seeds early or just trying to give fragile plants a better shot at surviving cold snaps and pests. These clauses offer steady protection without adding extra work. There's no tricky setup involved. Just place them over the plants and adjust as needed. At $40, they are a solid pick for anyone serious about giving their plants a strong start. Dealing with garden hoses usually means fighting with tangled lines or constantly switching attachments. This connector manages to take a lot of that hassle out of the equation. It gives you 3 simple water settings: hose, stream, and shower that you can switch between in seconds. Whether you're rinsing off vegetables, watering the plants, or filling a bucket, it adapts quickly. It connects using a standard hose thread, and you don't need tools to attach it. Just screw it on and go. What really make it feel easier to use are the built-in swivel joints, 2 180 degrees pivots on the hose ends, and a 360 degrees rotating connector at the tap. That setup helps prevent the hose from kinking or getting twisted while you move around. In day-to-day use, the different modes actually come in handy. The stream setting is focused and fast, good for filling things up. The hose mode moves a lot of water quickly, and the shower setting is gentler, perfect when you don't want to blast something with full pressure. It's a small detail, but being able to switch modes on the fly makes a difference when you're trying to get things done. That said, some details are missing. There's no mention of what the connector is made from, how much it weighs, or how much water it can handle under pressure. Still, it does the job without overcomplicating things. It's one of those small upgrades that just make everyday chores feel less annoying. It costs only $20. The GLORIA GARDENBOY Plus runs on a 230-volt power supply, spinning its times at around 18,000 rotations per minute. It's about 130 cm long, weighs just under 4 kg, and works down to a depth of 8 cm. The tines are hardened steel and move in a counter-oscillating pattern to loosen soil effectively. It's designed with 2 handles, one of them height adjustable to give better grip. What makes this tool different is how well it handles the little things that add up in garden work. It trims edges cleanly, breaks up hard patches of soil, crumbles the surface for seeding, pulls up weeds completely, and stirs the soil to keep it active. All of that without needing much physical effort. You plug it in, guide it where it needs to go, and let the motion of the tines do most of the work. It's especially useful in flower beds, vegetable plots, or around garden borders, places where big machines feel like overkill. Its size gives you more control, which matters when working around plants you want to keep. The layout of the handles helps keep pressure off your back and wrists, even if you're using it for a while. Setup is simple, and the manual spells out the basics clearly. Wear proper shoes. Use both hands. Unplug before making any changes. The Swedish design team behind this product describes it as a highly effective log splitter that is both safe and simple for anyone in the family to use. It already holds a patent and has become a top-selling item, with sales surpassing 500,000 units. It can handle logs up to 55 cm long, and there's no hard limit on how wide the logs can be. The weight that does the work is 3.5 kg, and the whole thing weighs just less than 10 kg. Each drop hits with up to 14 metric tons of force, focused right through a sharp wedge that splits wood cleanly along the grain. You don't swing anything, just raise and drop the weight along a fixed guide. It mounts into a stump using a pre-drilled hole which keeps everything stable. There's no aiming, no guessing, no flying metal. It's easy, repetitive, and physical. You don't need to maintain it much, and it doesn't take up a lot of space when you're done. People who use it keep coming back to the same points. It feels safe, it works well, and it's easy to get the hang of. It won't break records for speed, but it turns a tough chore into something you can actually look forward to. No engine noise, no swinging axes, just you, some wood, and a rhythm that feels right. You will have to pay $127 for it. Most robotic mowers still need boundary wires and regular oversight. This one doesn't. Instead, it uses a smart mix of GPS and AI-powered vision to find its way around the lawn. It can map and maintain areas up to 5,000 m on its own. Even under trees or in areas with weak signals, its AI chip keeps it on track, recognizing where to mow and what to avoid. The mower uses a dual-disc system with a 40 cm cutting width, driven by 165W motors strong enough to get through tough or wet grass. Cutting height is adjustable 2.2 to 4 in. It doesn't struggle on hills either, thanks to all-wheel drive, wide tires, and a suspension that adapts to the ground. It can handle slopes around 38 degrees and roll over obstacles up to 8 cm high. Its roll mode lets it trim right up to walls, stopping less than 5 cm away. Powered by a 15Ah battery, it covers large areas on a single charge. Depending on the model, nearly 3 acres per charge. The app gives full control. Set mowing zones up to 60 or even 100. Block off things like pools or garden beds. Adjust height and speed. Schedule mowing sessions and track it live with GPS. If it ever leaves the yard, GPS tracking and user verification help prevent theft. It even works with air tags. It's sleek race car. Look isn't just for show. It's designed to stay low, move well on rough ground, and handle the job without needing constant attention. Of course, the model is not cheap. It costs about $1,200. This weeding tell is made for one thing, getting weeds out by the root. It uses a pair of sharp V-shaped blades that dig deep into the soil and pull up stubborn ones like dandelions. The handle is soft and slightly angled to keep your grip easy, and it's designed so you can use it while standing. No kneeling required. It's a big plus if your back isn't a fan of long sessions in the garden. The steel body has a Duraplast coating that helps keep dirt from sticking and slows down rust over time. There's also a simple ejector mechanism that pops the weed off the blades once it's out. No need to grab it with your hands or stop to clean the tool between pulls. In use, the tell feels like it was made by someone who actually spends time in the garden. The blades go exactly where you aim them. They're narrow and sharp. Enough to reach roots without tearing up everything around them. It doesn't take much force. Just press, twist, and pull. The handle padding gives a bit of cushion, and that angled tip helps you keep control when the ground fights back. The price is $42. Besides having a beautiful lawn, if your land also includes seeds, you'll find this seeder especially useful. It lets you work on 12 rows at the same time. It works across a bed about 75 to 80 cm wide. Row spacing is easy to change, from as close as 5 cm for dense crops like arugula to 70 cm for larger plants. The hopper feeds seeds to a central rotating axle, dropping them one at a time through the chosen disc. It runs best at a steady walking pace of 1 to 3 km/h. Up front, a cage roller breaks up clumps in the soil, while a rear roller presses the seeds into the ground for firm contact. Swapping discs, tweaking depth, or changing the number of rows takes just minutes. While it's ideal for greens and small seeded vegetables, careful adjustments make it work well. For similar crops, too. Out in the field, the first thing that stands out is how evenly it places each seed. That consistency means less waste and less time thinning later. The ability to switch from a single row setup to a multi-row layout makes it easy to move between different crops and planting styles. Walking speed is all it takes to keep rows neat and spacing accurate. And there's no sense of rushing or losing control. The rollers do more than just tidy the bed. The front one breaks up the surface, giving the seeds a better place to land, while the back one presses them in just right for even germination. Together, they help create beds that sprout evenly and predictably. However, the tool is not cheap. Its price is $1,357, weighing in at 2.22 kg. The top keeper is a scarifier attachment for brush cutters that cut through the layers of mess that build up on turf and bring the surface back to life. It connects easily to most brush cutter models. No extra gear needed. It also comes with a spare spring kit with 16 left and 16 right springs, so replacing worn parts is quick and doesn't interrupt the job for long. This isn't the kind of tool that just scratches the surface. It reaches deep into compacted synthetic turf and natural grass alike, pulling up the stuff that slows drainage, kills growth, and makes fields look tired. The added weight isn't there by accident. It gives the tool just enough downward force to let the springs do their job without the user having to push harder. AGP doesn't list the exact materials used, but the company's track record suggests they didn't cut corners. The springs aren't just an add-on. They're the main part, helping clear out layers that regular tools leave behind. AGP's been in this game since 1997, and it shows. The Top Keeper is part of a broader line of tools designed for people who work outside and need gear that can keep up. The attachment is $513, and an additional set of springs costs another $25. The story behind CAVDLE tying tool adds to its appeal. Philippe Burned, a winemaker from France, designed it after getting fed up with electric tying machines that broke down or constantly needed recharging. His answer was to strip the process back to pure mechanics. No electronics, nothing to fail, while keeping the speed and precision needed in a vineyard. The biodegradable wire option also means growers can reduce plastic waste. This vine tying tool is entirely manual with no batteries, motors, or electronics to slow things down. The jaw is open to 4 cm, comfortably handling vegetation up to about 35 m thick, and it finishes a tie in less than 1-2 seconds. Each 85-meter spool, available in biodegradable or transparent plastic, produces around 1,000 ties, each one strong enough to hold 8 to 10 kg. Using it is simple. Load a spool, place the vine or branch in the jaw, and squeeze the handle. The 4-stroke mechanism wraps and secures the tie without choking the plant, so the growth isn't hindered. A quick pull away, and you're ready for the next tie. Once you get into a rhythm, it's easy to cover hundreds of plants in a day. The tool comes in at around $395 with replacement spools at about $3 each. This one is a compact tool that takes the Keep's everyday blades in good shape. There are 3 separate slots, each shaped to handle a specific job. One for pruners and loppers, one for heavier blades like axes, hatchets, and kitchen knives, and one for scissors or shears. The sharpening edges are made from tungsten carbide, a material known for staying sharp itself and holding up well over repeated use. Its size makes it easy to tuck away in a drawer or toolbox, so it's always within reach. The sharpening angles are already set, so there's no need to guess how to position the blade. Each slot guides the tool into the right place, giving a consistent and even edge. Using it is simple for pruners and loppers. Open the blades fully and draw them through the right slot from base to tip, keeping steady pressure until the cut feels clean again. Axes, hatchets, and knives slide through their own slot, moving from back to front or top to bottom in smooth strokes. Scissors and shears are placed flat on a firm surface, and then the blade is pulled through its slot from base to tip with even pressure. The price is $32. A growing trend among small businesses is turning this idea into a hobby with real potential. The innovation is quickly gaining popularity. Seeds wrapped inside a ribbon. Even though the setup is simple, this technique can multiply the speed of seed germination several times over. In one smooth motion, its sharp-edged foot opens a slim line in the soil, drops in an 8 wide biodegradable film tape with seeds already spaced out, covers it over, and presses it down so the seeds make solid contact with the earth. Out of the box, it plants at a depth of 2 cm, but you can adjust it anywhere from 1 to 3 cm, depending on what you're growing or the condition of the soil. Newer models come with row markers set at 25 cm apart, which can be widened to 50. If you've got an older one, it can still be fitted with markers. The frame resists rust, rinses clean underwater, and works with seed tapes ranging from 3 to 60 m. The tape itself is clever. It dissolves once it touches damp soil, leaving each seed exactly where it should be. Some tapes pair quick sprouting plants like radishes with slower starters like carrots, so you can spot your rows early and get ahead on weeding. Digging holes for bulbs and seedlings usually means getting your hands dirty, crouching for too long, and wrestling with uneven patches of soil. The Dirt Snatcher offers a smarter way to get it done. It's about 11 in long with a width of 3 to 3.5 in, and it pulls out a tidy 3 in plug from the ground, perfect for most bulbs. The main body is made from solid plastic, while the blades are nickel-coated steel. Inside, there's a spring mechanism that does most of the work for you. The upgraded version, known as the V2, also includes teeth around the edge to break through harder soil. Here's how it works. Press the tool into the ground, pull up on the slide handle, and it lifts out a plug of soil. Drop your bulb in the hole, release the slide, and the soil drops right back in. Next, we have a cordless 2 in a 1-leaf blower and vacuum powered by an 18V Lion battery. It runs on a brushless motor that pushes air speeds up to 210 km/h, offers a suction capacity of up to 500 m³ per hour, and a blowing capacity of up to 180 m³ per hour. It weighs about 3 kg for easier handling. It's fitted with large wheels, and it includes a wall mount for simple storage. Switching between blowing and vacuuming is quick and doesn't require any tools. The built-in shredding system cuts down the amount of space the leaves take up, making the most of the collection bag. The brushless motor not only boosts performance, but also helps the tool last longer. Speed can be adjusted depending on the surface or the type of debris. It's fitted with a soft grip handle, an extra support handle, and a carrying strap to make it more comfortable during longer jobs. Since it's part of the power exchange range, it works with any batteries and chargers in the series. A 3A or batteries or larger is recommended for the best performance, though batteries and chargers are sold separately. The 45L bag is easy to attach and makes it simple to keep track of when it needs emptying. The price is $129. Now, let's talk about the Scala 2. It is a multi-stage, self-priming centrifugal pump with a rated power consumption of 550 W. It can boost water pressure up to 47 m and deliver a maximum flow rate of 3.9 m cubed per hour. Designed to handle up to 10 bar of pressure, it works reliably in environments where both the air and the water temperatures range between 0 degrees C and plus 45 degrees C. It connects easily with one in male threaded inlets and outlets, weighs around 10 kg, and holds 0.065 L in its integrated tank. Typical noise levels stay below 47 dB, about as quiet as a modern dishwasher. The Scarlett 2 is priced at around $800. This pump combines everything: pump, motor, tank, sensor, drive, and non-return turn valve into one compact system. It keeps water pressure steady throughout the house, even when several taps or appliances are running at once. Thanks to its sensor-driven motor, it automatically adjusts to meet changing water demands. It can pull water from shallow wells, roof tanks, brake tanks, or low-pressure city mains without any extra setup. If the water supply runs dry, the pump shuts off automatically to avoid damage. Setting it up is simple with a clear control panel, and LED indicators help monitor operation at a glance. Made with corrosion-resistant steel, composite materials, and reinforced polymers, the Scala 2 holds up well over time. Installation takes minimal effort, and ongoing maintenance usually just means checking and cleaning when necessary. For the past 40 years, a French engineering team at INFCO has been hard at work. During this time, they have developed, produced, and distributed more than 400,000 pruning shears, enough to supply the entire population of Barbados with extras to spare. These French-made shears weighs just 790 g, making it comfortable to handle even during long hours of pruning. It's capable of cutting branches up to 55 m thick, depending on which cutting head is attached. At its core is a 22 m Ultrac brushless motor paired with a 31 planetary gearbox delivering strong torque and consistent performance. Users can choose between 3 cutting heads: the standard kit with a 40 m capacity, the medium kit with a 45 m capacity, and the maxi kit with a 55 m capacity. Blade settings are easy to adjust, offering electronic half-aperture and blade overlap control across 10 preset positions for better precision. It also has 2 operating modes: proportional mode, where blade movement matches the pressure on the trigger, and pulse mode, where the blade opens and closes at full speed. The F3015 runs on a lithium-ion cobalt battery, which can power the tool for up to 9 hours depending on use. It charges quickly, 90% in an hour, and a full charge in about 90 minutes. A sleep mode protects the battery during long periods of inactivity, helping extend its lifespan. For safety, it is equipped with DES, electronic safety system. The wired version uses a conductive glove connected by a spiral cable, stopping the blade the moment it touches the glove. The wireless version uses a conductive trigger that detects skin contact and stops the blade instantly. The tool is compatible with carbon fiber extension poles, both fixed and telescopic, ranging from 1.2 to 3.5 m, making it easier to reach branches up to 5 m high. The COOP F15 is priced around $290. This fogging machine comes with a 2.6 gal 10L tank and runs on a 24V rechargeable battery. It offers up to 30 minutes of spray time per charge, creating particles between 1 and 50 microns. The mist can reach up to 15 ft, 4.5 m, and one full tank can cover about 20,000 to 25,000 square ft. The unit weighs around 9 lb when empty and is made from high-density polyethylene, which holds up well against chemicals. It features an adjustable flow rate controlled by a simple knob, letting users fine-tune the amount of mist depending on what they're working on. The ULV technology helps produce a fine mist that can get into tight, hard-to-reach areas. To make carrying it easier, the design includes padded, adjustable backpack straps for better comfort during longer jobs. The heavy-duty tank material is built to handle frequent use with disinfectants, pest solutions, and fertilizers. This fogger can take on a range of jobs like pest control against mosquitoes and flies, disinfecting homes, offices, gyms, and public spaces, and spraying fertilizers or pesticides in gardens, greenhouses, and farms. It is priced at around $300. Have you considered attracting bats to your property as a natural and effective way to reduce mosquitoes and other insects? A single bat can eat hundreds of bugs each night, including mosquitoes, flies, cockroaches, ants, and midgets. The concept is simple. Invest about $140 in a bat house and invite a helpful new neighbor to move in. Each house has a weather-resistant finish and is designed to fit easily into gardens and home landscapes. Most models include 2 to 3 chambers inside, giving bats the tight spaces they naturally look for. Built-in ventilation keeps the interior cool, and the handed surfaces help bats grip and move around easily. A sloped roof directs rain away, and the overall design helps keep predators from getting close. Model sizes vary. The Carlsbad can hold up to 150 bats. The Sonora fits about 100, and the Cascade holds around 50. The houses can be mounted on poles. Barns, sheds, or homes, usually at a height between 15 and 20 ft, and ideally facing southeast or southwest to catch the sun. It gives people a way to handle pest problems without using chemicals. Bats are serious insect eaters. One bat can gobble up around 1,000 bugs in just an hour, making them a powerful ally for gardens, pets, and families. Bat B&B also helps protect bat populations that are losing habitats and fighting diseases like white nose syndrome. On top of that, the company works to change how people see bats, showing that these shy, helpful creatures are essential to healthy ecosystems. Featured on Shark Tank and covered by National Geographic, USA Today, and the New York Times, Batman offers an easy way to support wildlife and cut down on pests at the same time. The Agra Laser Handheld and the Port Laser Strike are professional laser bird deterrents made for places where noise simply isn't an option. The Agra Laser Handheld 500 delivers a stronger laser output than standard models, which helps it stay effective even in bright daylight. It comes with a red dot sight for precise aiming over long distances, a key lock system for safety, and a tough shockproof dust-resistant build. The package includes the device itself, 2 safety keys, a lens cap, an aiming sight with a protection cap, and a storage case. While its exact range isn't listed, it's designed for long-distance use and works well even on surfaces that absorb light. The Portage Laser Strike uses a 100M diode laser and can reach targets up to 600M away. It runs completely silently, which makes it a smart choice for farms, livestock areas, and cities where keeping noise down matters. It's effective against a variety of birds, including crows, rooks, cormorants, wood pigeons, geese, seagulls, and starlings. With steady use over 3 to 10 days, it can drastically cut down bird problems. It's officially classified as a high-powered laser class 2M, so users should handle it with care. Both the Agra Laser Handheld 500 and the Port Laser Strike are designed for serious professional use in fields, industrial sites, and urban spaces. The Giraffe Tools comes in 2 versions, one with 4 wheels and another with 2 wheels. The 4-wheel cart is made of metal with a weather-resistant coating. It weighs 35.3 lb and can hold up to 250 ft of 5 and 8 in hose. It features a manual crank with a non-slip grip, 4 explosion-proof, never flat tires, and a handy storage basket at the back. The G-guiding system helps the hose roll up neatly without tangling, while the weather-resistant coating and brass fittings help it stand up to rust and rough conditions. The 4 wheels make it steady and easy to move across different types of ground. The 2-wheel model is made from industrial-grade stainless steel and comes in a silver finish. It weighs 34 lb and can hold up to 150 ft of 5/8 in hose or 200 ft of 1/2 in hose. It also includes a 6 ft liter hose, 2 never-flat tires, and a rear storage basket for extra gear. This version uses the G self-layering system with ceramics technology, helping the hose wind up smoothly and last longer. Its lower center of gravity helps keep it stable and prevents tipping over. The stainless steel frame holds up well against rust and wear, even with regular outdoor use. The four-wheel model handles larger spaces like big gardens and commercial properties, while the two-wheel version works well for medium-sized yards. The price around $200. Although Z might resemble an upscale guest house, it's actually a luxury greenhouse with a cost of $3,000 for 8 square m. You might wonder, what does that price include? It weighing about 877 pounds, it stays firmly in place through all seasons. Inside, it features 23 linear feet of foldable and fixed shelves, giving gardeners plenty of room to arrange plants, tools, and supplies. The frame is made from 100% cedar wood, known for standing up naturally against rot and insects, and comes pre-stained in a light brown finish that helps it handle the weather. Its four-wall commercial-grade polycarbonate panels hold in about 30% more heat than standard double-wall designs, helping maintain a steady growing environment. To manage airflow, the greenhouse comes with a temperature-activated exhaust fan that kicks in automatically when it gets too warm. 2 easy open windows let gardeners control air circulation by hand and support natural pollination. There's also a patented power port built into the structure with 3 electrical outlets and 3 USB ports ready for lights, fans, or other gear, though it needs to be connected to an external power source. Watering is made easier too with hose hookups both inside and out. The greenhouse is tough enough to face serious weather, tested to withstand up to 4,400 lb of snow and winds reaching 100 mph. Assembly is made easier with pre-cut, pre-drilled parts and a 3D instruction guide available through the app. The LAVEX 16-gal single mobile hand wash station is designed to bring reliable hand washing wherever running water isn't available. It has a 16-gal freshwater tank and a 16.5-gal wastewater tank. The unit measures 15 in wide, 20 in deep, and stands 52 in tall with the sink height at 34 in. It weighs about 50 lb when empty, is made from sturdy plastic and comes in a simple gray color. Its freestanding rectangular design is made for outdoor setups where dependable hand hygiene is important. Using the station is simple. A foot pump controls the faucet so users don't have to touch anything by hand, helping to keep things clean. It comes with a 34 Oz liquid soap dispenser and a paper towel dispenser that holds up to 400 towels. Wheels and a handle are built into the unit, making it easy to move it wherever it's needed. The tough plastic body handles frequent use and different weather conditions without issue. Filling the fresh water tank and draining the waste tank is easy thanks to a labeled water fill port near the faucet and a waste drain at the bottom left side. However, the price might make you pause. It costs $420. The ROBI One Plus is designed to spread dry materials like grass seed, fertilizer, salt, and animal feed with variable flow rate control and an adjustable distribution area. It gives the user the ability to fine-tune how much material is spread and where it lands. The spreader is comfortable to hold and use, even over longer sessions. Battery and charger are sold separately. Because it's cordless, users can move freely without worrying about dragging a cable behind them. It handles different tasks throughout the year, from seeding a lawn in spring to keeping paths safe in winter. The adjustable settings make it easy to avoid overspreading, wasting material, helping users get even, efficient coverage every time. The spreader is made with practical needs in mind. It fits easily into the lifestyle of someone who wants their tools to handle more than one job without extra hassle. Since it works with any ROBI 18V One Plus battery, there's no need to invest in new chargers or batteries. If the user already owns ROBI tools, selling for about $69, the ROBI One Plus is a solid choice for people who want a no-fuss, reliable way to manage outdoor spaces. Its ability to handle different materials across different seasons makes it a useful tool to have on hand. The Pet Safe measures 3.5 x 4.3 x 6.01 and weighs about 15.2 ounces. It runs on a 9V alkaline battery, which typically lasts 2 to 3 months with regular use. The device works at an ultrasonic frequency and can detect barking up to 50 ft away depending on the range setting. Made from weather-resistant plastic with a black and faux wood finish, it's designed for outdoor use, but shouldn't be submerged or left out. In heavy rain, the price is around $69. This bark control device uses ultrasonic sound to interrupt dogs when they bark too much. It has a built-in microphone that picks up barking and automatically sends out a toucan ultrasonic tone most humans can't hear, but dogs find unpleasant. You can adjust the detection range to low, 15 ft, medium, 30 ft, or high 50 ft to fit your space. Shaped like a little birdhouse, it blends easily into gardens, patios, porches, and yards without making it obvious you're using a training tool. Instead of using physical correction like collars or shocks, the outdoor bark control offers a gentle, no-contact way to help manage barking. It's simple to set up. Install the battery, select the range, and place it somewhere facing the area where the barking happens. Make sure there aren't big barriers like walls or thick bushes blocking the way since they can weaken the sound. Most dogs start responding within about a week, though some may take a little longer depending on their habits. No more bending or kneeling to fight weeds. This handy tool gets the job done for just $36. The Yato is a manual weed puller made with steel and plastic parts. It has an ergonomic handle designed for a comfortable grip, measures about 1 meter long, and is light enough for easy use. It works with a simple foot pedal that drives 4 steel claws into the ground to grab weeds at the roots. Thanks to the long handle, users can remove a weed without bending down, which helps ease strain on the back and knees. The tool is meant for gardens, lawns, and other areas where people want to pull weeds by hand instead of using chemicals. It handles tough weeds like dandelions and thistles without much trouble. Using it is simple. Place the claws over the weed. Press the foot pedal to push the claws into the ground. Pull the handle to lift the weed out and slide the handle to drop the weed off. Taking care of it is easy. After each use, it's a good idea to clean off any dirt so it doesn't build up. Storing it in a spot helps keep it from rusting, and checking for any loose parts once in a while will keep it working properly. Gardening often involves kneeling, which can be hard on your knees. The truth is, knee joints are sensitive and vulnerable to the cold ground. To help prevent issues like arthritis, these foam-based knee pads were designed for protection and comfort. Both the kneelers and knee pads use a layered system. A shock-absorbing EVA foam core, 2 layers of memory foam for extra softness, tough neoprene cover with a quick-dry nylon finish. The Wheat Chief Kneeler measures 52 x 30 x 6 cm and weighs 250 g. Each kneeler includes an easy grip handle, so it's simple to move around between tasks. They work well for gardening, picnics, or any project that means being low to the ground for a while. The NILO knee pads offer the same thoughtful design. A clever cutout at the back eases pressure behind the knees when kneeling and avoids pinching at the front when standing. Adjustable hook and loop straps help get a snug, comfortable fit. Color options include navy and eucalyptus. This range is a solid choice for anyone who spends time gardening, fixing things around the house, or taking on hands-on projects. Prices for Burgon&Bal's kneelers and knee pads start around $40. In the United States, the average farm size in 2019 was around 180 hectares. To put that into perspective, the entire area of Monaco is just 202 hectares. Clearly, marking out a plot of that size is time-consuming. However, with these convenient brackets, you can now cut that time by 50%, or even up to 70%. The Vashava Gerarda system offers a patented fencing solution that's designed to cut down installation time, hold up under pressure, and adapt to different types of terrain. The system is built around 2 main brackets and a tensioning tool. The Vashava Maxi bracket fits iron posts up to 25 min diameter and handles multiple tasks holding wires and tapes, working as a top wire holder on wooden posts, supporting diagonal braces and post extensions, and tightening wires. The Vishava mini bracket is made for wooden posts and walls, fitting a range of shapes and sizes. Secured with wood screws up to 8 mm thick. Both brackets are non-conductive, safe for electrified wires up to 6 mm and built to handle heavy loads. To help with setup, the Vashva tension tool pairs with the Vashva maxi bracket to tighten wires quickly and easily. For extra support where it's needed, especially with taller structures, the Vashva Prof incline stag adds extra stability. One of the biggest advantages of the system is how much it simplifies the work. Installation can take 50 to 70% less time compared to traditional fencing methods. It adjusts to all kinds of ground, whether it's rocky, uneven, or crossing streams just by changing the height, number, or type of wires. The materials resist rust and corrosion, which means less upkeep over the years. The Vashva gear system is used widely in farming for containing animals like horses, cattle, goats, and forest pigs. It's also used for fencing along railways, roads, and harbors, following strict safety and construction standards. The system can even connect to old fences when repairs or upgrades are needed. This company, on the other hand, doesn't hesitate to tell you the price, $500. With this tool, you can easily bid farewell to old branches, even bigger ones. It can handle branches up to 45 mm thick, working at an idle speed of 55 rotations per minute. A 55L collection bin holds a good amount of mulch before needing to be emptied. Built-in safety features include overload protection, a safety interlock, switch, and a reverse function to clear blockages. The shredder uses a roller cutting system that breaks down woody materials into fine mulch. The motor provides steady, reliable power, and the large hopper means users can feed in a fair amount of material without constant stops. Compared to older impact shredders, this model runs noticeably quieter. It also comes with wheels and a handle, making it easier to move around the yard. The steel blades are made to last, helping it stay effective even after regular use. While the safety features work to minimize accidents, people who have used the ROBI crushing shredder say it does a solid job handling different types of garden waste, from soft leaves to thicker branches. Keeping it in good shape is pretty simple. It helps to sharpen the blades now and then, clean out the feeding chute and bin after each use, and store it somewhere dry to avoid moisture damage. A little regular care goes a long way toward keeping it running smoothly for years. The Puland 3700 chainsaw runs with a 61cc single-cylinder two-stroke air-cooled engine and usually pairs with a 76cm30 in guide bar. It uses a fuel mix of gasoline and two-stroke oil, and its diaphragm-type carburetor keeps it running smoothly, even when cutting at odd angles. An electronic ignition system cuts down on maintenance compared to older mechanical setups. For safety, it comes with a manual chain brake and a front hand guard. Without the bar and chain, it weighs about 6.8 kg. It has a simple anti-abrasion system and a chain tensioner that needs tools to adjust, which was standard at the time. Made between 1980 and 1983, the Puland 3700 was designed for jobs where logs were too low or heavy to move. Even though it hasn't been made for decades, it's still being used today because it's tough and dependable. It isn't a lightweight machine, and it demands more effort than modern saws. But for many, that's part of its appeal. Comfort wasn't the main focus when this saw was made. It's heavy, and adjustments take a little time and effort. Still, for those familiar with older tools, it feels reliable and straightforward. The carburetor design means it keeps running even when the saw is tilted or angled in tricky ways without stalling or choking out. A used Puland 3700 in good shape usually sells for around $225 depending on its condition and what's included. Replacement parts are still out there through specialty shops and online communities. It may not have modern extras like easy chain, adjustments, or advanced vibration dampening, but it still gets the job done for those who know how to work with it and don't mind a little extra upkeep. The Orbit 2066 misting system costs just $20 and sets up in about 10 minutes. It's made for cooling smaller spots like under an umbrella or by the pool. Installation is quick and easy, offering a fast way to get some relief from the heat. For those needing something bigger, MS Cooling has a system starting at $2,140. It includes up to 60 spray nozzles and can cool an area up to 14 m It also has a commercial-grade filter that traps particles as small as 5 microns, helping the mist stay cleaner and the air feel fresher. As temperatures keep climbing, misting systems are becoming a smart way to cool down outdoor spaces. Options range from basic, affordable setups like the Orbit 2066 to much larger systems like the One Mist Cooling offers. It is great for people who want a simple, fast solution without much hassle. It's ideal for quick setups where only a small area needs cooling. Mist Cooling System, on the other hand, is geared toward people who need something that can handle bigger spaces for longer periods. With more nozzles and finer filtration, it's made for situations where steady, reliable cooling matters. There's a wide gap between the two when it comes to price, but both are answers to the same problem, dealing with serious heat. Someone just trying to stay cool while lounging by the pool would probably be happy with the Orbit 2066. Someone hosting larger gatherings or managing bigger outdoor spaces would likely lean toward the Mist Cooling System for its reach and power. Either way, today's misting systems give people the chance to stay outside longer and a little more comfortably, even when the temperature spikes. Gardening today isn't just about watering plants and pushing a mower. It's about control, timing, and working with the environment. The GARDENA Smart System brings all of that together in one connected setup, letting users manage everything from lawn care to irrigation through a single app. At the heart of it is the Smart Gateway. It links all devices to your home network, either through Wi-Fi or a direct cable connection. From there, the system branches out. The Sino robotic mowers come in several versions. The Sino Free doesn't need boundary wires. Instead, it uses a satellite guided system that knows exactly where it's going. It can handle lawns up to 1,200 m and offers features like frost protection, pin security, and precise edge trimming, all controllable from your phone. The Seleno Pro and Max models do use boundary wires, but come with the same smart functions. For watering, the Smart Water Control manages up to 6 cycles a day, running from 1 minute to 10 hours. It runs wirelessly over about 100 m. The smart sensor keeps track of how wet or dry the soil is, light levels, and temperature, helping the system adjust watering to the garden's actual needs. The Smart Irrigation Control lets you run up to 6 different watering zones independently. There's also a smart pump that can pull from rainwater tanks or wells and a smart power adapter to turn other electric tools on and off through the app. Everything runs through the app, which supports scheduling, weather syncing, and voice controls. If you've ever spent time tidying up the yard, you know how much easier it feels when you've got the right tool in hand. One that really stands out is a modular rake. It's not like the usual kind you've probably used before. This one comes apart and goes back together in minutes, so you can switch it up depending on what the garden needs. And at just $35, it won't put a dent in your wallet, which is always nice. What makes it special is the click-on system. You start with a 7-in head, and then you can snap on 2 extra sections. Suddenly, your rake is much wider and ready to scoop up big piles of leaves. But when you want something more precise, like cleaning between plants, you just take the extra pieces off and it's back to a slimmer size. The handle is another thoughtful touch. It stretches from 50 to 70 in so you can adjust it to your height. Sometimes grass just refuses to grow. That's where Hydro Mousse comes in handy. It offers a different way to fix bare spots. Instead of digging or manually spreading seed, this system lets you spray it on like you're watering the lawn. It attaches to a regular garden hose, and with a turn of the dial, you control how much seed gets laid down, either a light touch or a heavier coating. The setup is simple. The kit comes with a spray nozzle, a chamber for the formula, and a seed blend designed for common lawn issues. The full unit weighs about 8 Oz, holds 2 fluid ounces of formula, and measures roughly 5 by 9 by 9 in. The seed mix is a combination of 4 types: tall fescue, perennial raras, hard fescue, and Kentucky bluegrass. One standard kit covers up to 100 square FT for spot repairs, or about 50 square FT if you're treating a larger area. Refills are available and can stretch to 200 square FT. When sprayed, the formula turns a bright green, clearly marking where seed has already been applied. Helpful if you've missed a spot. Once on the ground, it helps the seed stay in place and help it to take root. Most people see grass starting to grow in about 1 to 2 weeks, as long as they keep up with watering 2 or 3 times a day. For more, it's safe for kids and pets once it's dry and works on different types of soil in both sun and shade. At 36.5 in long with a sweeping path of 22.5 in, this attachment carries a solid feel at 11 lb. Its 10 rubber fins, each just over 1.5 inches tall, bend and flex over grass rather than tearing it up, but still grip enough to push debris where it needs to go. Made to fit past power heads, it connects into a single system, so there's no need for a separate engine just for sweeping. The fins spin and skim the ground in smooth, even passes, moving rocks, mulch, pine needles, cones, acorns, and sand without scraping or gouging the surface. It's especially helpful on lawns, sports fields, or any spot where keeping grass intact matters. The 22.5 in swath means you can cover a lot of ground in a short time, but the flexible paddles also work well around flower beds, edging, or bumpy areas. Its weight keeps it pressed to the surface, so it actually picks up what it touches, but it's still manageable for longer jobs. Because it's part of the pass system, switching from trimming to sweeping takes only a few minutes. One power head can run multiple tools, which is a practical setup if you like keeping gear simple but effective. It doesn't come cheap. One attachment costs about $300. Is this price justified, or is it better to do it the old-fashioned way? Let us know in the comments section below. No pumping, no batteries. The Ezray connects straight to your garden hose and uses water pressure to do the work for you, so you can spray from start to finish without stopping. It holds up to 3L and weighs about 1 kilo when empty, which makes it easy to carry. The setup includes a long 118 cm metal spray wand, a dual-end hose, and a nozzle that gives you 4 spray patterns to choose from: jet, cone, shower, and mist. It hooks up to a standard 12 hose fitting, but can be switched to 18 if needed. Once the water's running, a pressure gauge lets you keep an eye on it. And if things get too high, a release valve kicks in automatically. There's also a double check valve to stop any water from flowing backward. You control the spray with a trigger, and switching patterns is as simple as turning the orange ring on the nozzle. If you're adding fertilizer or any treatments, the handle twists off so you can mix them in before filling. For thicker solutions, there's a plunger to help get things moving. After you're done, just rinse it out with clean water, especially if you've used any chemicals, and store it empty out of the sun. If it sits for a while and loses pressure, you can pump it back up using the built-in Schroeder valve, like on a bike tire. Some users have run into issues with fittings or seals, usually from over-tightening or incorrect setup. But with a bit of care, this sprayer handles everyday garden jobs with a lot less effort. Next one picks up on movement and body heat from as far as 35 ft away, using a passive infrared sensor with a field of view between 105 and 120 degrees depending on the model. Once triggered, it fires off a short burst of water, just enough to startle, not soak. That burst lasts around 3 seconds and reaches up to 35 ft, using only about half a liter of water each time. One 9V battery keeps it running for 4 to 6 months, or roughly 3,000 sprays. The setup includes a plastic post, a metal sprinkler head, and a valve that shuts off automatically if the battery runs out. Units can be linked to cover more ground, and there's a dial to adjust how sensitive it is to movement. To install, just connect it to a standard garden hose and anchor it into the ground with the included stake. It stands about 17 to 24 in tall. This sprinkler doesn't rely on chemicals or fences to keep animals out. Instead, it uses surprise. The quick spray is enough to make deer, raccoons, rabbits, squirrels, cats, geese, or heron think twice about coming back. The price is $45. Sometimes the best tools don't come with bells and whistles, they just work. That's the case with the Strongway drums spike air rotters offered in 36 in and 60 in models. These machines dig into compacted soil and help lawns breathe again. Both models use a 14 in steel drum lined with 3 in spikes. The 36 in version has 78 spikes and can hold up to 24 gall of added weight. The 60 in version steps it up with 126 spikes and a 40 gall drum weighing about 192 lb when empty. Fill the drum with water or sand, and the spikes push deeper into the ground, usually between 2.5 and 2.75 in, depending on the soil. These air rodders aren't pushed by hand. They're meant to be towed behind a lawn tractor, ATV, or utility vehicle. The 36-in model is easier to handle in smaller yards, while the 60-in option is meant for wide, open spaces. If the lawn's mowed and lightly watered ahead of time, the job goes smoother and puts less strain on the machine. Running slightly overlapping rows ensures no patch gets missed. After aerating, a bit of fertilizer or watering helps the lawn take full advantage of the open soil. Grover weighs just 4.3 kg and keeps things simple by design. Most of its parts are 3D printed, easy to assemble and made from everyday materials. It runs on a quiet 12-volt motor built for lawn surfaces and connects through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth with controls available through a web interface, a mobile app, or even direct integration with Raspberry Pi or Arduino using. When it needs more water, it drives itself to a refill station. No electronics involved, just a float valve doing its job. It can be controlled manually, follow set boundaries, or stick to remote commands via phone. On a full run, it covers around 0.16 acres in 6 hours. What really makes Grover interesting is how it decides where to water, instead of spraying everything. Equally, it senses where the lawn is actually dry and adjusts as it moves. A perimeter wire helps it stay within set areas, and its route changes based on what the sensors pick up. Everything about it is open source. The full mechanical design is available in Fusion 360, and the electronics are open for anyone to modify or experiment with. Since its first prototypes, Grover has been shared publicly. Videos, blog posts, and even a spot on a TV pitch show. A Kickstarter campaign followed, but missed its goal, partly because people were expecting something fully autonomous. Still, development didn't stop. The team is steadily improving navigation, fine-tuning sensors, and making it more adaptable. How practical is it when a vacuum cleaner automatically rolls up its own cord? So why not bring that same idea to the garden hose? This is exactly what an automatic hose reel does. A device that, according to the manufacturer, can turn watering into a pleasant experience. The engineers have carefully considered every detail. The horizontal drum works with a 360 degrees swivel base, so the hose can be pulled in any direction without the reel wobbling or toppling over. A small pedal near the base locks the rotation when you want it fixed in place, making it steady for watering from different spots. Depending on the hose size, it can hold up to 50 m of a 13 hose. Most sets come with a 20 m outlet hose and a 7 m inlet hose, giving you around 27 m of usable reach, and it handles up to about 6 bar of pressure. Getting it around the garden is easy thanks to its wheeled trolley and padded feet, along with a telescopic handle that adjusts between 60 to 80 cm. There are 2 styles to choose from. A manual oscillator version with a foldable crank that guides the hose evenly as you wind it back, and an automatic version where a spring mechanism does most of the rewinding for you. You just guide it in. A built-in storage compartment keeps all the small parts in one place. When using it, the stability stands out immediately. The horizontal layout stops the frustrating tipping that happens with some reels, and the swivel base makes it easy to water in different directions without shifting the whole unit. Trimming branches can feel like real hard work, almost torture, especially if the only tool you've got is a simple handsaw. To make the job quicker and safer, it's worth considering a cordless pruner such as this ROBI model. Instead of relying purely on muscle, it blends the feel of a traditional looper with the power of a motor, turning branch cutting into something far less tiring. Running on RYOBI's 18V battery systems, the same one used across more than 200 tools, it can handle branches up to 3 cm in softwood and 2 in hardwood, finishing each cut in about 3 seconds. Its 85 cm length helps you reach higher spots, and at 1.93 kg, it's easy enough to keep steady for longer periods. On a 5A battery, you can expect around 250 full capacity cuts, while the biggest batteries stretch that to well over a 000 on smaller branches. The bypass cutting mechanism leaves a clean finish, which is better for plant health. Soft grip handles take the edge off longer sessions, and a handy branch hook lets you brace the tool while you cut, taking strain off your arms. It's well balanced, so whether you're reaching up into a tree or working close to the ground, it feels steady. Once you start using it, the difference is clear. Thicker branches that would normally mean a few forceful squeezes are handled with ease, and the steady 3-second cutting cycle keeps you from rushing, while still getting through the work faster than with manual tools. The cost is about $220. Here's another ROBI tool, a versatile digging helper. It's not only handy for garden work, but it also makes setting fence posts much simpler. It runs on a brushless 18V motor that delivers steady power to finish all the jobs needed. The auger can drill holes up to 15 cm across, which is just right for planting or putting in smaller fence posts. At 6 kg, it has a bit of heft, and with a 5Ah battery, it can get through around 30 holes before needing a swap. One of its standout features is the electronic anti-kickback system. If the auger catches on a root or a rock, the motor stops instantly to prevent it from wrenching out of your hands. It offers 3 modes: forward, reverse, and kick back off. With the safety mode being the smartest option in most cases out in the soil, it tackles clay, sand, and looser ground, saving your back from the strain of digging by hand. It's handy for jobs like planting shrubs or trees, setting up posts, or installing a mailbox or clothesline. People who have tried it often mention how quickly it gets through the ground and how much effort it saves. But you'll have to pay $300 to save time and effort. Covering the ground inside greenhouses is a common agricultural practice used worldwide. Farmers rely on this method because it provides several important benefits. The special covering material helps reduce water loss by limiting evaporation from the soil. It also allows the ground to heat more efficiently and plays a big role in suppressing weed growth. Still, this technology has one drawback. When a large area is covered, planting seedlings becomes less convenient. Farmers used to cut the planting holes manually, which was time-consuming and labor-intensive. However, today the process is much faster thanks to specialized tools like the one shown on the screen. With such equipment, the workflow is significantly accelerated, saving both time and effort. The equipment used is a gas burner fitted with a round metal nozzle at its tip. When activated, the flame quickly creates a smooth circular opening in the covering material. The operator remains in a relaxed standing position and is able to carry out the task while moving forward at a slow, steady walking pace. Plowing the soil at the right time not only makes it looser and easier to work with, but also helps to destroy weaker weeds. To make this process easier, different types of plows are used. This modern moldboard plow takes on this first crucial step in farming with a set of carefully arranged parts that works together to open and turn the soil. The beam and hitch link it securely to the tractor, while the frog frame holds the moldboard share and landside pieces that can be swapped out individually when they wear down. Up front, the coulter slices vertically, usually around 7 in deep, clearing the way for the share, which cuts horizontally to lift a section of soil. The mold board then flips this slice over, burying plant debris and preparing the seedbed. Shares come in different depths, regular, deep, and double deep, so farmers can adapt to varying soil types. Supporting pieces like the vertical regulator for share, runner, shin, trash board, and stilts help keep the work steady and the furrows clean. Not every plow works the same way. The moldboard plow, often called the turn plow, is known for loosening and inverting the soil, which helps with erosion and weed control. Single-sided versions work in one direction, while turn rest and reversible designs make it easier to plow back and forth. Riding plows and multiple furrow models speed things up by allowing a seated operator to work with several blades at once. The heavy moldboard plow has roots in Han China, but in Europe, it evolved through designs like the Rotherham swing plow, Robert Ransom's self-sharpening castings, and John Deere's steel models. Ready to feel like Johnny Depp on that Edward Scissorhands roll. This is the Comech and electric pruning shears that provides you all the necessary blades. It runs on brushless motors and lithium-ion batteries available in 16.88V, 21V, and 25.2 volt options, each with a 2 ampere-hour capacity. Depending on the model, they can cut branches up to 1.65 in thick using SK5 high-carbon steel blades. some treated with a diamond-like coating for a smoother, tougher edge. The motor power ranges from 500 to 1,000 watts, offering steady performance across all models. With 1 or 2 batteries, these shares run anywhere from 3 to 10 hours. Charging takes about 2 to 3 hours. As quite practical features, they include a LED or digital display for battery level, a built-in safety lock, and a comfortable handle. A 2-trigger system helps avoid accidental starts. The tools also shut off automatically if left idle and let users adjust blade openings to save battery. They're designed to be easy to handle. And each unit comes with batteries, a charger, gloves, tools, and instructions. Using the shears is simple. After inserting the battery, pull the trigger twice quickly to start. After that, a beep confirms it's ready. You can narrow the blade's opening by holding the trigger down for a few seconds. After each use, it's best to clean and lubricate the blades and remove the battery. If it sits unused for several months, occasional charging helps keep the battery in good shape. You can buy it for $279. Neatly trimmed garden edges and well-shaped shrubs require a sexy gardener and the right equipments. So there you have a cordless shear system designed to handle both tasks efficiently. It operates on an 18VT battery from the Bosch Power for All system, which is compatible with a range of other tools in the same lineup. This shared platform reduces the need for multiple chargers and batteries. The unit includes 2 interchangeable blades, one 5.5 in long for grass trimming, and another 7.9 in for shaping small shrubs. The blades have 0.31 in spacing between teeth and can be swapped in seconds without tools or lubrication, helping maintain workflow during yard work. Without the battery, the tool weighs approximately 3.1 lb, 1.4 kg, and some sources list it closer to 2 lb with the battery installed. Its compact and balanced design makes it manageable during extended use. An integrated LED indicator shows remaining battery life. When paired with a 2.5 AR batteries, it can run for up to 60 minutes depending on material and conditions. Operating at a sound level of 81 dB, the tool produces low vibration and is relatively comfortable to use. Its narrow profile allows for precise guidance along borders and around plants. It is intended strictly for dry outdoor conditions and should only be used on grass and shrubs. After use, the battery should be removed and the blades cleaned and lightly oiled for maintenance. An optional extension shaft is available for users who prefer to work while standing. It attaches without tools and features an additional handle, adjustable cutting angle, and wheels to move smoothly over the lawn. It costs $90. Going further with a multi-slot manual blade sharpener, designed for maintaining. A wide range of straight-edge tools used in the kitchen, garden, or workshop. Compact and lightweight, it measures approximately 8.5 x 3 x 1.3 in and weighs just 6.2 Oz, making it easy to handle and store. It features a rubber-coated handle for comfort and a non-slip base that remains stable during use, even when wearing gloves. At its core, the sharpener includes 5 designated slots, each engineered for specific blade types and sharpening stages. Slot A contains a tungsten carbide V, notch designed to quickly restore dull or damaged edges with a few vertical strokes. Slot B is tailored for single bevel tools such as pruners and loppers, guiding the edge at a consistent angle. Slot C accommodates head shears and similar garden tools, sharpening at a preset 20 degrees angle. Slot D incorporates a ceramic rod for fine hunning of lighter tools like scissors. Slot E is intended for larger, heavier blades such as axes or machetes, which are best secured in a vise for stability during sharpening. You can buy it for $20. And of course, careful your fingers and an electric-powered platform designed to support hands-on agricultural tasks, such as weeding, planting, and harvesting at ground level. It operates using a 24-volt motor that delivers 240 watts of output. The machine moves at a low speed ranging from about 2 to 30 ft per minute, matching the pace of careful manual work. It weighs around 254 lb on its own and can carry up to approximately 683 lb when loaded with users and equipment, depending on terrain, battery condition, load, It can run for 2 to 4 hours per charge. The front wheels are chain-driven and measure approximately 18.5 in diameter with a tread width of about 4.3 in. The wheelbase is roughly 33.5 in, and the track width is adjustable between 31.5 and 65 in, depending on whether it's configured for 1 or 2 users. Each workbench supports up to 397 lb and is designed to let users lie face down while working. The Argo Plus bench, developed with input from ergonomic specialists, features firm padding, a Y-shaped, shoulder support for even weight distribution, and an adjustable headrest to reduce neck strain during extended use. Its compact frame is suited for use between crop rows and raised beds, and it operates quietly without emissions thanks to its electric power system. The platform is compatible with both greenhouse and open field environments. Its low profile offers a clear view of the soil and crop lines, making detailed work more precise and less physically demanding. And a cool protective enclosure designed to shield raised garden beds from pests, harsh weather, and other environmental challenges while maintaining healthy airflow, light, and water access. It is built around a sturdy frame constructed from VZ20 steel, a corrosion-resistant alloy made of zinc, aluminum, and a small percentage of magnesium. This combination offers long-term durability, especially in humid or coastal conditions. All hardware components, including screws, brackets, and connectors, are made of stainless steel. The frame pieces connect using plastic sleeve brackets. The cover material is a heavy-duty mesh that's about 564 in thick, roughly 0.08 in, and weighs approximately 4.66 oz per square yard. Over 3 times stronger than standard garden netting. The mesh openings are small enough to block birds, insects, and other intruders while still allowing around 65% of sunlight to pass through along with air circulation and rainfall. It's also strong enough to withstand impacts from hail up to the size of golf balls. Access is easy through smooth operating zippers, and the cover secures in place using a combination of ties and Velcro for a snug, stable fit. The system comes in a variety of sizes to fit Vigo Gardens modular raised beds, from small round beds to larger 4TX8 FT configurations. Each cover is made to fit precisely whether your garden bed follows a 4-in-1 or 9-in-1 layout. Some models also include a trellis panel for vertical growing. One panel measures 45.8 in x22 and x36.7 in, bringing the total system height to just over 68 or 72 in depending on the base setup. When installing, the frame connects to pre-drilled holes in the garden bed and the mesh cover slides over the top. An optional mister irrigation system can be clipped on to provide overhead watering. Once installed, the system creates a secure growing space where plants are protected and can thrive with minimal interference. They sell it for $200. I heard someone said, "If I planted a tree every time my wife got on my nerves, I'd be living in a jungle." And it really hit deep. Well, with this tool, I'd be competing the Netherlands and planting tulips. I could even start a business and supply the whole country with onions. Or I could even. Anyways, this is a bulb planter ranked by BBC with 4.8 out of 5, costing only $15 with 25 years of warranty, meaning you can continue planting onions throughout the process of divorce and further. Just kidding. Somehow, it is made with strong steel and finished with a smooth Duraplast coating that helps keep dirt from sticking and holds up well over time. Along the side, a depth scale marked every 2 and up to 6 in shows exactly how deep to go, so each bulb gets placed right where it should. The handle feels solid and comfortable in the hand, and a built-in trigger opens the cylinder to drop the soil back in the hole. There's even a serrated edge at the bottom to help push through tougher patches of earth. It's compact enough to use easily in beds, borders, and tight spots around the garden. The whole process is simple. Push the planter into the ground to the depth you need. Twist and lift to pull out a plug of soil. Drop your bulb in the hole. Then squeeze the handle to release the soil right back on top. No need to dig with a trowel or get your hands in the dirt for every bulb. If the ground is really dry or packed tight, you might need to loosen it a bit first, but in most cases, it goes in with no trouble. And here we look at a modular habitat system built to support pollinators in outdoor spaces, backyards, balconies, patios, anywhere a bit of nature can take root. It starts with its smart planter, which waters itself and includes a built-in bee habitat. There's also a gentle stream that provides fresh water for bees, butterflies, and other visitors. At the center of the setup, it has a magnetic trellis called the frame. This connects all the other components: nectar feeders for butterflies and hummingbirds, a butterfly shelter, a bee observatory, and up to 2 of its petal cameras. Thanks to this magnetic design, every part clicks into place, making it easy to rearrange or expand the layout. One of its standout features is the bee observatory, which gives solitary bees a safe nesting space. With one of its petal cameras attached, the setup lets people observe bees up close without disturbing them. The camera mounts onto its observation pole, which lifts it to the right height and helps it blend into the scene. Its petal camera is solar-powered and compact, using built-in AI to recognize species and behaviors. It works quietly in the background, recording everything and sending the data to its companion app. That Wonder app, still in development, is expected to include narrated clips, observation logs, and an impact score that tracks how much activity the habitat is generating. There are also plans to link it with the Bird Buddy system in the future. Everything in the system runs on solar power and is designed for low maintenance. The materials and form factor feels suited to small outdoor spaces, with an emphasis on encouraging biodiversity without requiring constant upkeep. The price starts at $129 for its petal camera and goes up to $499 for the full hero set, which includes the planter, frame, all feeders and shelters, both cameras, and the observatory. There is also a mid-tier option that includes a planter, 1 camera, and the observation pole. This one for $299. This mower takes a different approach from the usual robot lawn care devices, and it all starts with the reel. Instead of a spinning blade, it uses a 13-inch multi-bar reel that cuts grass more like scissors than a blender. The difference is noticeable: cleaner cuts and less tearing, which generally leads to a healthier-looking lawn. You can adjust the cutting height anywhere from 0.8 to 4 in, and it'll go as low as about 0.75 in if you're aiming for that tight, manicured finish. A nice touch. The blades self-sharpen during use, so there's less maintenance involved over time. Battery life is solid. On a full charge, it runs for roughly 2 hours, before returning to its wireless charging dock, which takes around 4 hours to fully recharge. Thanks to its tracked wheels, it handles slopes up to 45 degrees surprisingly well, better than many wheeled alternatives. The metal reel adds weight, but that heft contributes to stability, and it's rated for lawns up to a 4-acre. No perimeter wires or external GPS setups are required. Navigation is handled by a mix of LAR, onboard cameras, and a motion sensor. It uses visual inertial odometry to map your yard in 3D, which sounds complex. It works smoothly in practice. Setup takes about 15 minutes, and once it's going, it handles edging, avoids obstacles, and moves with impressive precision. Connectivity is handled via dual-band Wi-Fi and LoRa, and there's a smartphone app for scheduling, manual control, and real-time tracking. It also integrates with Apple, Google, and Amazon smart home ecosystems. Some models come with a weather shelter, and there's built-in theft detection. It costs $1,200. Another tool for everyday lawn and garden care, the 9-pattern sprinkler is a simple, effective option for watering smaller or irregularly shaped yards. It's made from a combination of zinc metal, plastic, and aluminum. At around 1.3 lb, it has enough weight to stay in place during use, but it's still easy to move around. The exterior has a powder-coated finish that holds up reasonably well to sun exposure. It connects using a half-in quick-fit Hoselink style connector and arrives fully assembled. There are 9 spray patterns you can select by turning a dial on top. Options include full circle, half circle, narrow bands, and various arcs. These settings are genuinely useful, especially for areas where grass or plants run along the side of a driveway, around corners, or in long, narrow strips. It's not designed to cover large spaces, but it does give better control than most fixed pattern sprinklers. Water reach depends heavily on local pressure, but under decent conditions, the spray can reach out about 20 ft. The sprinkler stays stable while running thanks to its weighted base. Changing spray modes is quick, and each setting is easy to tell apart once you've used it a few times. There's no internal filter, so if the water supply carries grit or debris, it might affect how it performs over time. And while the sprinkler works with hustling connections by default, using it with standard hoses may require a separate adapter depending on your setup. It also works best on flat ground. Uneven placement can lead to inconsistent coverage. To us, seemed like a solid pick for people who want more control over where water goes without a lot of setup or extra parts. It doesn't cover a lot of ground, but what it does well, especially in smaller, less uniform spaces. It costs $39. TERRATECK Paper Pot is a system designed to make transplanting faster, especially for small farms or growers working on tight schedules. This system gets straight to the point with its key components. Biodegradable paper chain pots, each 31 deep, available with different spacing options, 5, 10, or 15 cm depending on the crop. They come in rolls of 14 or 27 m stored flat, but unfolding into long chains of connected cells. Once in the ground, the paper breaks down naturally, so there's nothing left to remove after. Planting. The heart of the setup is the paper pot transplanter, a steel tool developed in France. It's simple but effective. One person walks backward with it and the tool does the rest. Opens a groove in the soil, feeds the paper chain with seedlings into place, and closes the soil over them. The blades and wheels can be adjusted depending on the soil type, and the entire process runs smoothly if the seedlings are strong and upright. The paper pots themselves meet organic certification standards in them. US. For seeding, there's the paper pot seeder, measuring 73 x 41 x 7 cm. It's made for 264 cell chains. Extra tools like dibble boards, tray brushes, ridges, and vacuum seeders help streamline prep even more. When everything lines up, healthy seedlings, decent soil, and the right crop, the system can plant a full tray in just minutes. That's a huge time saver, but it's not perfect. It doesn't handle rocky or heavy soil well, isn't ideal for every type of plant, and the upfront cost is high. The kit costs about $1,245, and you'll have to pay about $4 for a single chain. The SUNCAST measures 63.5 in wide, 33.5 in deep, and 42.7 in high. It supports up to 500 lb and weighs around 65 lb. The frame is made from steel, and the panels use multi-wool resin with a faux wood grain texture. The glider is finished in dove gray with ice cube accents and is made in the USA. This glider offers a contoured seat and backrest shaped for comfort, especially during long hours outside. A fold-down console sits in the middle, giving quick access to 2 cup holders and a cell phone holder. Thanks to a steel glider mechanism, the movement stays steady and smooth, avoiding any jerky motion. The materials resist water and sunlight, holding up well across different seasons without much change in appearance or strength. The resin panels are simple to clean with just mild soap and water, and they do not need the upkeep that comes with real wood, like staining or sealing. The surface keeps its look over time with only basic care. Putting the glider together is manageable with an included manual and a few basic tools. Some steps might be easier with a second person due to the size of the parts. The SUNCAST ADITONDACK glider with console brings together a classic design and modern materials, offering an outdoor seat that fits easily into patios, decks, or garden spaces. It keeps the charm of wood without the hassle. It costed around $400. Got a small garden? Check out the ROBI 3-in-1 trimmer. It is a practical option for small, too. Medium-sized lawns, combining 3 essential yard tools into one. It features a 30 cm cutting width, a 1.65-65 line diameter, and an auto-feed spool that keeps the line moving without any manual work. In mower mode, it uses a sturdy plastic deck to cover larger patches of grass, and the edging wheel helps create clean, straight lines along sidewalks and flower beds. With a 5-ampere battery, it typically runs between 30 and 45 minutes depending on grass conditions. The mower setting comes with 3 height adjustments: low, medium, and high, so it's easy to match your lawn's needs across seasons. The adjustable telescopic shaft and pivoting head make it simple to find a comfortable working position, and some models even let you switch between modes with a tap of your foot. No bending down needed. Weighing around 4 to 5 kg with the battery, it's light enough to move around without much effort. The weather-resistant housing and debris protection keep the motor safe under normal garden use, though it's not meant. For heavy-duty fields, the battery-powered motor keeps noise low, and the balanced shaft and padded grips help limit vibration. For anyone who wants to keep their lawn in good shape without managing 3 separate tools, this model keeps things simple. It doesn't take up much space and storage, and often comes with hooks for better battery organization. If you're already using ROBI 1E Plus tools, it makes sense financially too, since you can share batteries and chargers. The ROBI 3-in-1 trimmer mower edger is priced at about $200. H2O WIZE offers practical solutions for anyone looking to manage water use more efficiently. Their water well irrigation rings come in 2 sizes: a 25-in ring with 3 5GPH emitters and a 20-in ring with 2 5GPH emitters. Made from recycled thermoplastic resin, each ring uses 17 drip tubing and is designed in 2 pieces, making it easy to fit around existing trees and shrubs. Besides watering directly at the roots, the rings also help shield trunks from damage. They handle system pressures up to 50 psi, connect with other drip systems, and can cut water use by as much as 50% by limiting runoff and evaporation. For More is another smart option designed to upgrade standard spray heads into pressure-regulated systems. It offers 2 pressure settings, 30 or 40 psi, includes a built-in check valve to stop low head drainage, fits most sprinkler stems, and installs quickly without the need for specialized tools. By regulating water pressure, it improves system efficiency and can lower monthly water bills by 30% to 50%. For those needing a full setup, H2O WIZE has WaterWise bundles to cover different irrigation needs. The WaterWise Starter Bundle is a good fit for small gardens and includes basic components to get a drip system running. The WaterWise Max Bundle is geared toward larger areas and comes with 325-in water well systems, 220-in systems, 10 pressure-regulated shrub risers, 250 FT of 1.2-in drip line, 100 FT of 1.4-in drip line, plus all the necessary fittings and parts. With all of these features, spending $229 on water will seem like a smart choice. GARDENA AQUABRUSH is a cordless cleaner made for outdoor surfaces. It runs on an 18V lithium-ion battery and can go for up to 56 minutes when you switch on the save mode. It includes 2 types of brushes: a universal barrel brush that works well on wood, WPC, and stone, and a soft disc brush that's gentler, meant for things like garage doors or fences. You also get a 3-level water flow control, so you can dial in how much water you're using, depending on the job. The weight comes in at about 5.1 kg without the battery. It's also part of the Power for All Alliance, which means the battery is compatible with over 100 tools from other brands in the same system. In the box, you'll find the main Aqua brush unit, both brushes, and a silicone covers for the battery. This cleaner handles a wide range of outdoor jobs like scrubbing down patios, decks, outdoor furniture, and fences. You can swap out the brushes depending on what you're cleaning. And the handle adjusts to different heights, which helps make longer jobs less tiring. Since it's battery-powered, there's no cord getting in your way, giving you more room to move around. The Aqua brush is priced around $200. This tool is a battery-powered tying machine made for professionals in viticulture, arboriculture, and horticulture. It weighs 880 g and about 1.7 kg, 3.7 lb with the lithium-ion battery and holster. Running on 36V with a 2.5 AR battery, it can deliver up to 8,000 tires on a single charge depending on conditions. Full recharge takes around an hour and a half. The machine uses a brushless motor, which means fewer maintenance worries and a longer life. Each tie takes less than 0.4 seconds. There are 3 tension settings to adjust depending on the type and stage of the plant. It uses pre-wound reels of wire, biodegradable, standard, or extra strong at a 0.4 diameter, and handles tie diameters from 3 up to 25. The AT1000 takes the hard, repetitive work out of tying vines, young trees, and other plants. Designed for one-hand use, it speeds up the job compared to tying by hand and keeps the tie tension consistent, which is key for plant health and structure. It can crank out up to 60 ties per minute. Changing wire reels is easy, and the threading system is easy to manage, even in the middle of a busy day. Built to handle dust, moisture, and temperature swings, the AT1000 holds up well in tough agricultural environments. Here we have a robotic lawn mower that uses a high-definition wide-angle camera, AI, vision technology, and advanced navigation algorithms to take care of lawns without the need for perimeter wires. Instead of relying on buried boundaries, it sees the edges of the yard, steers around obstacles, and avoids flower beds on its own. A built-in neural processor reads the environment much like a person would, recognizing grass, paths, objects, and even sudden changes like a pet running by or a toy left out. Setting it up only takes a few steps. Place the charging station, complete a quick app setup, and it's ready to go. Updates come automatically over Wi-Fi, so the mower keeps getting smarter over time. Using the app, users can divide the yard into zones and create different schedules for each one. The mower moves in a random pattern, which helps prevent visible lines and overworked spots on the lawn. Its offset cutting blades reach beyond the wheels, meaning fewer edges are left uncut. A floating deck helps it glide over uneven ground and adjust the blade height depending on how tall the grass is. The WORX LANDROID. Vision skips many of the headaches that older robotic mowers bring. Without the need for wire installation, getting started is quicker and less complicated. Its combination of AI vision and neural processing means it can handle changing environments without getting confused. By covering ground in a natural, random way and adjusting to tricky yard layouts, the mower takes a lot of the work out of lawn care. The price starts at $1,000. A few years ago, the United Nations revealed that more than 900 million tons of food are thrown away around the world each year. That's an enormous amount. The makers of this compost machine are thinking smart. Why throw food out when you can reuse it? The CAVDLE WASTECYCLER is a compact electric kitchen composter with a 3L capacity. It measures 12 in long, 10.6 in wide, and 12.6 in high, making it small enough to sit comfortably on most countertops. Made from metal, it holds up well to everyday use. Each cycle uses about 0.7 kWh of electricity, and it runs quietly, staying under 35 dBs. In roughly 2 hours, it can shrink a pile of food waste by up to 90%, turning it into Reddithouse compost. It comes with 3 different modes. Quick mode is best for daily scraps. Standard mode handles tougher waste like biodegradable plastics, and ferment mode uses less energy, but takes a bit longer. A 360 degrees transparent lid and an LCD display let users watch the process as it happens without needing to open the machine. To keep smells under control, it uses a dual cartridge air filtration system that captures odors before they spread through the kitchen. Using the WASTECYCLER is simple. Its tilt design and basic controls make it easy to load and start. The internal basket pops out and is dishwasher safe, so cleanup doesn't take much effort. As for the filters, they last between 6 months to a year, depending on how often the machine is used. The WASTECYCLER offers a real solution for people who want to cut down on food waste, but don't have the space or setup for outdoor composting. It's quiet enough to run without being a distraction, and efficient enough for daily use. The real-time viewing window and display give users confidence that everything's working properly. Maintenance stays low, and the compact size fits well in any kitchen. It is priced at $270. BEUTA comes in sections measuring 48 in long, 4 in wide, and 6.5 in high, made up of 6 connected blocks. It's built from roto-molded resin, a material that holds up against rust, fatting, and corrosion through all kinds of weather. Installation is simple. A no-dig connection system that only needs a hammer and includes 2 landscape spikes per section for a firm hold. The edging system offers a range of block types: start, stop, turn right, turn left, and extender, so it can be shaped to fit different garden layouts. Color choices include graystone, cobblestone, lime wash, sandstone, and charcoal. This landscape edging gives outdoor spaces the look of natural stone without the usual weight, cost, or hassle. It copies the texture and color of real stone closely, offering a cleaner, easier way to create borders and pathways. The resin construction means it stays strong through heavy rain, strong sun, and changing seasons without losing its shape or color. The sections link together firmly, which keeps everything steady once it's set up. The no-dig setup makes it a good option for anyone who wants to lay out a neat garden border, a tree ring, a playground edge, or a clear path without needing special tools or a complicated process. Once in place, it stays put, giving gardens a tidy, finished look. A standard 1.2 blocks costs $25. Meet Pop-Up Garden, a fresh approach to gardening that's perfect for balconies or terraces. It weighs just 13.4 lb without soil and plants with a footprint of 17x7 in and a height of 40 in when fully stacked. Packaged, it measures 18 by 18 by 18.5 in. Its neutral color blends easily with different spaces, whether outdoors or indoors. The setup includes a 3-stand component with interlocking sections, a top planter insert, a drip tray to catch excess water, and a set of 4 side trays for even more planting space. Designed to let plants grow up, down, and around, the pop-up garden makes the most of tight areas like balconies, patios, terraces, and sunrooms. There's no need for tools or complicated instructions. Just unpack, stack, and start planting. It's easy to move around, whether you're chasing the sun or shifting things indoors for the winter. You can also adjust the height depending on what you're growing and how much space you have. Pop-up garden isn't just about saving space. It's about growing smarter. It claims a 245% boost in yield compared to traditional ground-level planting in the same amount of space. Its vertical setup helps water move efficiently through the soil layers, cutting down waste. Open sides allow for better airflow, which can help plants stay healthier and avoid common pests and diseases. It's a good option for apartment dwellers, urban gardeners, or anyone who wants a bigger harvest without needing a backyard. If you want to grow your own herbs, vegetables, fruits, or flowers in a small area, this system gives you a simple way to do it. All this for $100. This garden fork has earned praise from ergonomics experts for helping people dig with better posture. Some tools don't just help you work, they change how the work feels. This one does exactly that. It's a small, solid bit of kit, just fewer than 10 cm long and weighing a little over 2 lb. It clips onto most standard garden forks, or spades, with shaft diameters up to 3.8 cm. There's a clamp, a pedal, and a simple mechanism that multiplies the force you put in. You don't have to bend and wrestle with the ground. You just step down and press. The tool does the rest, letting you work while standing upright. That means less back-etch and far less effort, especially if you're doing a lot of digging. It's not built for heavy-duty jobs like tearing through roots or breaking up packed turf, but for everyday garden work, loosening soil, turning beds, weeding, or prepping. An allotment. It's especially helpful if bending is difficult, whether because of arthritis or just years of hard work catching up. Fitting it is quick. Clamp it to your fork or spade. Hook the pedal into place, tighten a couple of grippers, and you're ready. It comes off just as easily when you're done. The cost is approximately $41. Some tools earn their place by simply doing the job right, and the SB60 is one of them. It's a towed spreader that doesn't ask for much but delivers plenty. At about 16 kg empty and just under a meter in length, it's compact enough to handle, but strong enough to pull its weight, and it's built to tow safely at up to 5 km/h. Hookup is simple, just a pin-style hitch that connects easily to most ALKO tractors. Spreading is controlled by a manual lever that adjusts how wide the hopper opens, somewhere between 5 and 30. That means you can fine-tune how much material comes out, whether you're laying down fertilizer, grass seed, lime, sand, or grit. The spreading width typically ranges from 2 to 5 m, though in perfect conditions, it might reach 8. One of the biggest pluses is the hopper size. With 56 lures to work with, you don't need to